Hey guys, how are you doing today? Today's video is titled, They're Fighting You, but God is Exposing Them. They're fighting you, but God is exposing them. You know, there are moments in life when it feels like something is being stirred in your surroundings, against you, you know, areas you live, maybe where you work. It's just it feels heavy. A lot of darkness. People are acting out of character. The atmosphere, like I said, feels heavy, like something you can't really explain, but you can see it. See the physical, it's moving strange. And the spiritual is only apparent. You know, today um, it was a good day. I'm grateful to God. I woke up. I started my day. Shift atmosphere. Had a word from God, and the day went okay. Was at work. It was just a regular day, and nothing to even mention. But after work, as you guys know, I'm struggling with um, my electronic. Well, I can say my phone constantly being hacked. Again, here we go with another story. I ordered a ride share. Ride share was moving uh, perfectly, and it was 2 minutes away. And then I get a text that says that they're stuck in traffic. And then it shows that the ride share is maybe 5 or 6 minutes away. That's normal because it can be right down the street, but it all depends on the traffic. So then they shift me over to somebody else for 12 minutes or 13 minutes. I canceled it. But while I was outside, it was just like, you know how you present yourself, you think your ride is going to come, and you're just going to get in the car and you're just going to go about your merry way, minding your business. That atmosphere shifted within that 2 minutes, and within that time that driver texts me. The whole scenario, darkness looks like it fell upon that whole plaza. And when I tell you that's a huge plaza, that plaza has probably, I'm not quite sure, but I can say about 10 businesses, if not more. When I tell you the movement, the pace, and it just wasn't normal. Yes, it's a plaza. Yes, it's Thursday. That's normal, but not that kind of normalcy. And I just didn't feel right standing in front of the business. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go catch the bus. My God, my God. Why did I decide to move in front of the business without giving them notice, or without allowing them to secure where I was going to go? Meaning, them having a heads up. And that alone spoke volumes. The traffic tripled. The movement from in and out, swerving inside the parking lots just was mayhem. Not cars parking and people getting out to go. I mean, it was mayhem. While I was walking, I said, God, I know you have a way of exposing things. And I'm not going to let this chaos hinder me like it has done before. It's cut me off from taking transportation, which is at least 90% less of me paying for rideshare that is constantly being hacked. So I got to the bus stop, wasn't going to take the bus. I decided to get on top of the seat, the railing, well, on the top, the edge of the bus bench, and I sat there. Somebody who you're watching a movie? I decided this time, instead of letting them affect me, let me sit and watch and be a parent to their movements. My goodness. When I say my goodness, my God. If it was not for God, I'm telling you, if it was back in the other days, I would probably run the other way or go hiding in a tree. People jumping out of cars. Guys, I can't make this up. This is like a movie. When I tell you people could not be still, like demons, like spirits are reenacting or exposing them. And I sat there for at least 30 minutes. Not frazzled, not in fear. I watched. And each moment I said to God, if it was not for you, I could not even make it through this. And I kept telling God, thank you for the exposure. When I tell you that we are in times of darkness, if we do not be sincere with ourselves, sincere with who we have to believe that God is, the creator of all, there will be times where I'm telling you, the darkness will fall upon us unannounced, because we already know that Jesus says that we don't know the hour and the time. And if this is what just this bare movement of myself looks like, I'm so fearful to know what the end times will even look like. I know Revelations explain to us, but I'm here to tell you guys, God has a way of exposing things. See, when people don't quite understand how you're explaining something, or if they picture it exactly how you're saying, if they have never seen it, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, this person is not in their right mind. But you got to make a decision. And the decision, what you have to make is, if you are walking in a battle with a lot of spiritual warfare, a lot of enemies coming against you that have already signed their contract, their covenant with the dark arts, with dark spirits, you can't be a part of it. See, they may come against you, but if you separate yourself from it, just the fact that I stood there and sat there and didn't get upset, didn't react, or, how I used to get upset, that alone puts you in a peaceful scenario, and it allows God to do his work in you and expose. And the exposure, what he's giving you, is saying to you that you are set apart from this, what is going on. God is saying that you're standing in his light. Because we know that his word reminds us in 1 John 4, verse 4. Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. If God was not in me, there was no way today I would be able to sustain what I saw. And people, there are much darker things happening out there in this world. And we have to stay close to God. We cannot allow what is influencing this world, influencing those who are not connected with God, to affect us. We have to understand that God has given us an authority to live our lives and stand in peace. Now, see, the enemy may have answered to demons, but you don't have to entertain them. And that is exactly what I did today, because I answer to God. And if you're going through a demonic journey with a lot of spiritual warfare, with the enemy that just is relentless and not understanding that their own demonic entities that they enter with is asking for repayment, remove yourself from it. You don't have to be a part of it. They may think that they're coming against you, but God is exposing them. Now, this is the moment when you have to realize that you're separated from this. In their eyes, they may see you walking and you may be sitting there. The first thing they're going to say, look, this is a crazy person, but they're not watching their own reaction. And you're not there actually to explain it to them. Rather, it is in your benefit that they do react like this, because it separates you. You don't have to argue with the enemy. You don't have to struggle with the enemy. You don't have to worry about the ones that chase you or follow you or monitor you. All you have to do is stand in the light of God and know that you have the authority and allow Jesus Christ, the Son of God, to step in into everything that is coming against you. Because light does not fight with darkness. It exposes it. It drives it out. And the same authority that lives in you, when you stay connected with God, that's why God allows you to see. And you see it much different than other people may see it. So you're called to always stay in prayer. See, prayer isn't optional, people. Prayer is protection. Prayer is you being rooted and grounded in the presence of God, because that matters. It makes a great difference. These are not just motivational words. These are truth that are being spoken from someone who's enduring a journey unlike no other journey. I said it in another video that I just made recently. If someone, I guess someone with faith, but just a person who believes that they are controlled, or they have control of their lives, or the demonic forces that they have entered into have more power than God, they can't walk, let's say, a week in your shoes. You don't have to match their energy, let me tell you. You don't have to be part of their chaos. All you have to do is stand still and allow God to cover you so that you can be aligned with them. Because, sometimes what we see isn't God or projecting or allowing you to enter into fear and think that they are greater. What it is God is exposing to tell you that you can stand in the middle of this fire. Now, you're on the outside looking in, but those that are on the inside looking out, they don't see it like that. So you have to always remember to stay connected with God. And you have to carry his light, and don't allow darkness to come around you, because darkness itself, with you and God's power, it will reveal itself. Let me tell you scriptures in Luke 8:17. I hope I'm right. And that verse, it says, for nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. God already see it all, and nothing escape his light. They can't control themselves, let me tell you. I have to be honest with you. I'm not pleading for them, but they can't control themselves, because their darkness has taken over them because of whom they're following, or whom they're allowed, and who they're praising. They're not praising God, because God is not a God of darkness. He's a God of light. In Isaiah 60, verse 20, it says, see, darkness covers the earth, and thick darkness is over the people. But the Lord rises upon you, and his glory appears over you. God is doing something marvelous in your life. So you have to trust him. You have to stand in his authority and in the power of our Lord Jesus Christ. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to entertain the enemy. You don't have to worry about what they're trying to present to you or how they're trying to shake you. If you've already prayed your way out of it, there is no way that you should allow this chaos to even shake you. Now, I'm not saying that my movement was a good movement, because when you have these kind of people with this kind of spirit, you don't know what their minds are. You don't know what they're capable of. Someone who's relentless, someone who can't give up, someone who cannot accept what a God is speaking to them. And trust me, they've gotten messages. Some of them are even probably people who follow the word. But if they're walking two different paths, the one that has the greatest hold on them is the one that's going to expose. You have to understand, the enemy is bounded. They're tormented. They're out of control. So you can't be any part of that. You got to walk in the light, because darkness can't stay concealed around you. It has to be uncovered. It has to be revealed and exposed. Let them wrestle with what they have inside of them, unfortunately. Let them deal with what they have entered into agreement with. You don't have to be a part of it. You just have to stand in the light of God. Because as for me, I stand firm because Jesus is with me. I stay grounded because God is my light, and I'm not called to walk in their darkness. Not anymore. I can't be affected. I don't want to be a part of it. I understand that I may see it, but the chaos is not mine. I've already canceled a rebuke. I've torn up any contract that I've had with darkness. Now that's up to them. That's their time frame. That's their dealing. That's their entity. I can't continue or allow it to be any part of me. So I'm saying to you, if you are enduring any kind of journey or darkness or spiritual warfare, because there is, and we seem to sometimes don't want to speak upon this. You know, we don't want to feel like we're obsessed about this, but these are the times. This is what we enter into in our jobs, in the areas, the people who are around you. So that's why you're called to have the right people around you. You're called to walk in light, not in darkness. And you're called to overcome whatever the enemy throws at you. Remember, no shadows, no spirit, no forces can take what God has already secured. I know it's been a long, hard journey for me, and I know some of you guys are still in doing it, but I'm telling you, you have to pray, pray, pray. And let me tell you, and when you do pray, God, He will most definitely answer you. He will show you the way. Now, if this message spoke to you, don't just listen, live it. Walk in the truth. Stand in authority. Stand covered in the light of God. And remember, you don't fight for victory. You walk in it. And 1 Corinthians 15, verse 57, it says, "But thanks be to God, He gave us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ." Victory isn't earned. Victory is already given to you through our Lord Jesus Christ. So I love you with the love of Christ. Stand in the light of God and just rebuke and cast out the darkness. Don't be a part of what the enemy has entered into contract with. They will eventually see it, because let me tell you, when those demons and these entities and these darkness, they're coming for payment. You don't want to be a part of it. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.